So we're at the Mets game. We're watching Mr. and Mrs. Met do a dance.
Oh, there's a Mrs. Met?
She's hot. She's got a dumper. No, that's like a real thing.
I woke up very unhappy, very scared, just very scary, scared, really scared. Was I really scared? I had like weird feelings in the pit of my stomach before it even started. I'm scared.
I am seriously ill-prepared for this episode, as we've covered. You could say I'm not
Ready.
or not. Here we come, guys. Bad boys
You
of...
could say I'm not ready or not. Whoa.
The bad boys of horror are back. And yeah, you probably figured it out. This episode we're covering the Ready or Not movies. 2019-2026 part 1.
It's like a trilogy, but with 2.
Ready or Not and Ready or Not Here I Come, directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, and starring Samara Weaving. I'm your host, Will Dubs, and as usual, I'm joined to my right by musician and fellow horror historian Brendan Fletcher, and to my left by comedian and titular baby of the show called 2 Minute a Baby, Abby Krinsky. We're here to do another show.
We're ready or not, or to come to ready to. Here we go. Play that song, Brendan.
2 men and a baby, oh yeah. 2 men and a motherfucking baby.
All right, so the way we dive into this schedule of scares, this itinerary scary, if we may, is first of all, does anybody have a noteworthy viewing experience to discuss? Because I really don't.
Nope. Astoria, baby.
Well then,
Clifton Commons.
I once looked up the Astoria Regal Cinema, which was a mistake, because then all the posts were like, this place had bed bugs. And that was like 10 years ago.
wait, so can bed bugs exist in non-beds?
Yeah, dude. You've been in those recliners? They're pretty much beds. Brendan
but
passed
then
out in the
why
last
don't they-
flick.
Yeah,
They
a
should
bed,
get-
a bed bug can live on the freaking head of a screw in a tornado, dude.
Only real ones know.
Matt Carlin, shout out. He probably's not listening, but
Shout out to having bed bugs.
he knows more facts about bed bugs than like a biologist.
You also can't read about it because it makes it seem like they would never go away ever and no one would ever get rid of them, and then they do. Like, they're like, oh, they can live 400 years without breathing, and they live under the head of a screw. And it's like, okay, then why don't I still have them?
No, you need to like change your identity and move to Brazil or...
I actually have bed bugs.
Yes, he scratches.
The way we actually kick things off is we each go around and in one sentence only, we give our own synopses of the films and then contrast it with the original one so that you guys know what the movie's about. I don't know about you guys, but I condensed both movies into one synopsis.
Same. Mine's really well thought out.
Yeah.
It's more thematic.
Let's hear it.
The big blonde bombshell dropped in these movies is all about saying I do to flipping the script on what it means to be the final girl.
Okay. Big blonde
bombshell.
Big blonde
So they're dropping a
bombshell. Can you say it
bombshell.
fast, Brendan?
Big blonde bombshell.
Wow.
Tip of the teeth, the tongues and the lips. Dubs, wow, did you write that with a paintbrush? Because that was beautiful, my guy. But Daddy's home.
You know who else
Did you
is
write
beautiful?
that with a paintbrush? Because I can't read it.
Samara Weaving. Oh my god.
She's on.
Oh, really? Because I wrote down Margot Robbie, more like Let's Go Robbie over here.
Okay, there's the
No, she's hot, obviously.
there was that show Sex Education. Do you know that on Netflix?
I've heard of it.
So, well,
Sick.
that is going to make this reference not
Yeah, I mean,
helpful.
I know of it.
But the three of them, Margot Robbie, her, and the...
Wait,
like-
she's in
they're all
something with
Australian.
Margot Robbie?
No. There's 3 Australian actresses that are all blonde and all kind of look the same.
And
all
Australian.
attractive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Margot
third
Robbie's
one
actually
is...
Australian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's selling coconuts.
You
living
didn't
the
know
dream?
that?
Samara...
She's like, oh, look at me. I'm in Joker. I'm the girl in Joker.
Wait, Abby,
Darn.
throw it back to the first
Yeah.
episode.
Selling coconuts, living the dream.
Living the dream. Damn. He is a comedian.
Can do Australian accent. Jack.
What's that from? Is that from Regal?
No, that's from Guy that used to live outside Siegel Street.
But it's also from the very first
Yeah,
episode
it's how
of this show, which, by the way, I just realized I never said what number this is.
Ooh.
You can still
I
do
don't
it.
remember.
I have no
28?
idea. Hold on.
I think it's 28.
Who's counting? Who cares? All right, let me go now.
Yeah, let's go.
Synopsis.
Let's go, Brendan. Let's hear it.
After barely surviving a life or death game of hide and seek with her in-laws, newlywed Grace, accompanied by her estranged sister, is hurled into round 2, where she's introduced to the extended family.
Whoa, hold on.
Ooh.
That's crazy because you actually did summarize or synopsize
Yeah.
2 movies. Sammy synopsis, by the way, it's the 29th ever episode of 2 Men and a Baby, the horror movie review show where 3 best friends discuss a new horror movie each episode.
I think
Got it.
we're turning 30 next week.
That's going to be our last one, too, so
yeah.
tune in.
All right, here's mine. Board games, more like I'm bored games. So some critiques on my own synopsis there. A, you realize it's not really board games. B, I actually wasn't bored. I have a lot of criticisms of it, but I wasn't actually boring. But like, I wanted to play with the pun, and I want to talk shit.
Pun? Consider pun played
Well,
with.
Abby,
Pun
don't
played with.
show your hand so early.
Oh,
You know?
I want to
because
hide it.
I'm going to roll dice, and then you guys are... You're going to be sorry.
Wow.
Oh,
This Joker's wild.
wow! I
dude.
can't take this.
Yahtzee, I quit.
All right.
I'm calling the Monopolies.
Okay.
Chinese
so,
checkers. We're all stuck. Uno,
so here's the official
dos, tres.
synopsis of the first film. It's so long, and then there's another one. Grace couldn't be happier after she marries the man of her dreams at his family's luxurious estate. There's just one catch. She must now hide from midnight until dawn while her new in-laws hunt her down with guns, crossbows, and other weapons. As Grace desperately tries to survive the night, she soon finds a way to turn the tables on her not-so-lovable relatives. I said flip the script, but turn the tables... Flip the script is better. You know why? Because it's a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, but I think it's a little actually more Parcheesi.
Oh, I think there's also is a table that they go around, so that works too.
Card table.
Yeah.
All right,
Fucker.
here's...
You're the LeBane of my
Poker.
existence, dude.
I'm still doing games. I'm still getting.
Oh,
All right,
sorry.
listen, guys.
Hold on. Part 2 synopsis.
I did
How
not see
important,
that coming.
how important is what you have to say?
Wait, no, not at all.
Okay,
I actually
good.
forgot what I was going to say.
I was going to actually
What's part 2?
try
synopsis?
not to talk over you for
No,
a
no,
second.
no. You
Too late.
please do because I've already. said
Moments
some dumb
after
shit.
surviving an all-out attack from the Ladamas family, Grace, Samara Weaving, discovers she's reached the next level of the nightmarish game, and this time with her estranged sister Faith, Catherine Newton, at her side.
Somebody's
Grace has
stealing my
one chance.
words.
Grace has one chance to survive, keep her sister alive, spitting, and claim the high seat of the council that controls the world. I feel like they shouldn't. 4 rival families are hunting her for the throne, and whoever wins rules it all.
That synopsis to me is not even really accurate.
I did kind of like the ceasefire at the beginning because all these people are evil, and then he just ended a war. And
Just to show his power.
yeah, but
I mean,
they
it's
could have
implied
done
that he also started the
Why
war,
wouldn't it be
right?
like like what Trump does, where it's like, no, we'll just get rid of Medicare or whatever.
Right. Ceasefire on on healthcare.
Let's sneak our way down
To the next segment.
to this next segment, which is not the spoiler room, but the.
Nobody puts baby in the corner, but we just put him in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner, but he's in that corner right now.
This is Baby in the Corner, and that means that I'm scared of movies, not this one, but scared of real horror movies, not this one. And I'm here to tell you guys how scary this was. It wasn't. No, I'll say a few things. Jump scare. There was one jump scare that is just cutting to an old person, which I thought was funny. Have you seen that meme that's like A24, like, we're going to make a movie about the scariest shit you've ever seen. Cut to old lady.
Yeah.
Wait, so I know we skipped over the viewing experience, but it is worth noting you guys just watched part 1 for the first time.
Yeah, 1 and 2, right back to back.
I didn't rewatch 1.
I
But
didn't get prepared to this podcast at all.
Yeah.
That's
Huh?
you. I'm being you. You're
What?
just like announcing that you didn't.
No,
prep.
no. But I mean that, like, I wanted to see part 2 because of 1. You guys have fresh memory of the 2 as like
Yeah.
one collective film.
Yeah, one collective movie.
I'm jealous that you didn't have to watch
One.
and 2 back to back with me.
I thought overall that I did have fun watching it. Again, it wasn't really a horror movie in my opinion, but it played with something that there was like the merit was like you said in your synopsis. It's like, oh, every movie has like a character chasing usually a woman at the end. And it's like, what if we made a whole movie that is that? But I think like many of the things we talked about, it just didn't quite have the tone down. It wasn't funny enough for me. It wasn't gory enough for me, honestly. Like there was some good gore. I just want better gore, more interesting gore.
I actually think that's the one thing part 2 did better than 1.
I agree, but I still think it could have done better than that if that's what you're doing. But yeah, it had kills. It played with the genre, but sort of like in a very different way, the violent nature thing. I think there's connections in that. Again, it played with the genre, and it just didn't play with it good enough for me, baby. But I'm going to give this like a 3.3 on the thing. There was like one scene that scared me in the 2 movies where it was like dark and they're creeping.
It's not a scary movie, but it is in the horror genre. I mean, I didn't recommend this because I thought it was going to scare you, but
yeah.
Did
but
part
you
1
really
scare you more?
Yes.
Part 1 had some scares.
Yes, part 1 was definitely scarier because at first you don't know, like we always talk about, it's like once something happens, then you know what this movie's capable of. At first you're like, okay, I'm not sure. And when the first woman...
what is this movie about? It's called Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wait, so you, like, if I'm reading this room right, did you guys not like 1?
No, I will
like
get
you
to
had
it.
fun. It's entertaining.
I had fun with both, but I
didn't...
didn't think it was significantly that different.
I liked 1 more than 2.
Yeah, me too. Yes.
But okay, so
me 1.
Hopefully you both watched them in that order.
I watched them back to back, like literally like 20 minutes between each movie.
Okay, so 1 came out 7 years ago.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah. So 2019.
I'm assuming they didn't plan on it being a sequel.
No,
and it did really well. I'm assuming.
Well, it did very well for its budget. It developed like a sort of cult following.
See, that I didn't get. Like, I didn't dislike it, but who's cult following that movie?
Not cult. So I was surprised because I couldn't remember, but I knew I saw it in theaters. I just assumed that I watched these horror movies, and Samara Weaving had been in something called The Babysitter before. I thought maybe I went to see it, in New York you can see any movie that comes. But it was a wide release movie. And it had like like $8 million budget and made like 30 million, whatever. But it did well unexpectedly, which is why they
7
decided,
years later made another one.
Yeah, and of course a little bit more money for the second one, budget wise, and they did not benefit from all these horror heads, myself included, that were like, what a fun little unexpected treat.
Is this one doing badly?
Yeah, it'll make its money back, but I think they thought that it was going to be like 5x. If 1 was like 3x, it
You know what I was reading?
Even.
I should look more into this before I state it on our very heavily listened to podcast, but I did hear it from someone in the industry. When you see a movie's budget, it doesn't include its marketing budget. So if it breaks even, it lost money. It needs to go over its budget to actually make money or break even.
I don't know the actual stats or breaking. I just know that you would say commercially, part 1 was a massive, unexpected success, and now part 2, which only exists because of that, has been a disappointment financially.
Well, let's go down to the spoiler room. How about that? How about them apples?
All right, hold on. Oh wait, no, the door opens after this. Wait, no, do we do the door first?
Loom and I croom boom and a stoom boom and a moon moon and a blue moon and I'm sipping on a croom boom.
You spoiled
the room.
The descent into the room with.
All right, spoiler. This movie sucked ass. It's for brain dead people. It never should have been made. There's 2 directors that made it. It should have been 0 directors because it should have never been made. It should have been 0 movies.
Clip it.
The movie was, real quick, I just got to say this, and I think that my biggest issue with this, them making a second one, was that they shoehorned the premise into this movie. Dubs, you can expand on this. But the story of the 2 sisters and Faith and Grace and like them meeting and stuff, that was supposed to be a completely separate movie that was being workshopped by the directors of Ready or Not.
Say it again.
Wait,
so,
that's crazy.
So
I didn't know that.
Are you serious?
No, I didn't.
I thought you said you knew because he had asked the sequel. Why did they make the sequel?
I'm
earlier.
Just talking about commercially.
So yeah. So like the directors were. Workshopping a movie idea with
so
Samara
after Ready
Weaving.
or Not came out. And did well.
After the first one.
After
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first
After
one
the
came
first one,
out.
they were workshopping. The directors were workshopping a movie with Samara Weaving and Catherine Newton. The two sisters in the movie, a sister movie. I'm not exactly sure what the premise
Similar
of the
tone?
movie. I don't. I think I'd probably be horror. I would imagine, but don't quote me on that.
Okay,
Don't know.
yeah.
But basically,
she doesn't do anything else. Samara
Okay,
Weaving.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is something else I do want to talk about.
So
She's
so they're
screenplay.
like, oh, but now people are wanting us to make a second Ready or Not. So let's just
Combine
take this
two
story
half-written
about the sisters and turn it into this movie.
What?
It's like the laziest, most because it
But it
makes
doesn't
so
feel like
much sense.
There's got to be more to that other one because the other one doesn't feel like it has legs. Like I
No,
got a
but I
crazy
mean,
plot. What
that
about
movie
two
probably
sisters?
was gonna suck
Yeah.
too. But like,
No, now that I think about it, there's nothing
In the
that
first one.
that makes the sister necessary for the
it's
film.
completely
Yeah.
unnecessary.
No, of course.
It's so that she
Yeah.
has somebody else to interact with
Right.
because the movie
so it's
starts
not exactly
with
the same
chick.
movie.
You need like a through line with some heart to it, and they're like, we have to make her. We have to like expand her dimension and like create this other character. So now you care about her more, and we can bring her through the same ringer that of the first movie, but now there's more at stake, and it's just to me it was so
created
stupid.
stakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really hated like what they did. Well, again, the cult aspect makes sense now that you say that because I didn't think that. I thought it was just like I didn't realize it was that old, the first one, and then the cult aspect because when in the second one when she just like puts on the wedding dress again, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" Like, first of all,
they were like,
if-
that's the only
"What is
clothes
this
she has."
fan service for
Yeah.
a movie that made $10 million?"
also it's
Well, those
just
are the only
like,
clothes she has. She's in the hospital.
oh, okay, that's called
no,
writing.
no,
Like
but
it just,
she
she
says,
makes a whole
"I
point.
have to put this
Yeah,
back."
she makes
on.
a whole point.
Oh, she does? I bet you I gotta put my clothes back on.
It's supposed to be a moment for the crowd to go, yo, she's in the bride outfit again. And it's like, I had problems with the first one, but I understand why people like that.
Wait,
And
you
they
didn't stand up in applause at that part? Like me?
Yeah, I did, but no one else did. The thing is, like, yeah, it was just a classic, like, I just feel like they weren't understanding what people were liking about it. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
what people liked about it was fun, and it didn't take it too seriously, and it, like, had kills. She didn't need to
felt-
wear the same dress and the same shoes. Like, they
Right,
had the
right.
same shots. It was just...
felt-
Well, it's kind of like the costume. Like I think they thought the first one was more of a cult classic than it
Yeah,
actually was.
right.
It's like, oh, it's Freddy Krueger's
Yes,
striped
exactly.
sweater or
Yeah,
something. It's
exactly.
like this is gonna catch
oh, she's
on.
putting the hockey mask
yeah,
on.
people are gonna wear this like for Halloween
Yeah.
costumes, like coming
and then
up,
it
you
just
know?
got dirtier and dirtier, so it could be the black version.
Yeah, yeah. But I
It
don't
felt-
blame them
it
for
felt-
wanting to try to accomplish that.
Okay.
It felt-
But
Quote
it
that
didn't
when
work.
You
It
quote
didn't
that
work.
when you complain about it,
It
for
didn't
the
work.
next hour.
Yeah, yeah.
It did feel super dialed in. Like I think when Marvel kind of fell off its cliff.
Yeah,
it
when they
was
were trying to do
yeah,
callbacks.
It's like, but for the things that nobody, yeah.
But like I get it.
You know
It's
what my
her
secret is?
uniform. It's her
I'm
uniform.
always
She's
angry.
like a hero, and like that's her uniform.
But I am curious if you guys had seen them as far apart as I had, or back then, if you would have
And
liked
that was
it more.
not the problem, buddy.
No. But hold on.
I would have liked it less. I would have.
Hold on.
Well, you wouldn't have
100%.
saw the second one. That's what would
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah.
Well, let me just hear me out for a second, because there have been movies where you guys have been adamant about something like that, and then you see something that makes you sort of reevaluate your opinion. So I will say, at the time, the 2019, this was like there was like
COVID.
Ty West and this director and like the people that were doing the first and second version of VHS and ABCs of Death, these new directors making new horror movies. Samara Weaving had only made The Babysitter, and I believe it was maybe not Ty West, but one of the other like up and coming horror directors did You're Next. And that movie is incredible, and I loved it. And I will say that I loved part one. I haven't rewatched it in years, but I loved it when I saw it then, because it was like we're artsy new horror directors with a sense of humor, trying to just play with the genre and do something different.
What was
And-
artsy? Because I totally agree in theory. The way you're describing it, if I hadn't seen it, I'd be like, yeah, you're so right. But like, what it just felt like this was my
I
overall.
wouldn't have expected a wide release horror movie like in mainstream theaters back then, where the premise is what it is, which makes no sense, and they people spontaneously combust.
That's
and
the end.
there's
That's the best part of the movie. That was great.
There's
That
a
was the very
ghost
end, though.
And
Yeah, but this
also,
movie at its very core has been done like 20 times. It's battle royale. It's most dangerous game.
But
it's humans hunting other humans. It's Purge. There are so many movies that you could say are relate to its core.
those are more terrifying though.
No, I'm not talking about like which ones are scary or whatever, but like hiding from someone that's trying to kill you. Like,
So I guess the idea would be what's unique about this one. It was the first one to do that silly. Is that the point? I guess
it's tongue in cheek because I think battle royale, the Purge is gimmicky. Battle royale and the Hunger Games, even those are very different fundamentally in the sense. So the third movie that came out at that time was like called The Hunt, which was way ahead of its time, and actually Trump like protested the movie because it was like this very political commentary on like, imagine if the elite class was actually the woke liberals who have to like but there were all of these like, let's take that premise that you're talking about, except apply it to the sort of home invasion or horror final, like, you are supposed to be the person that we expect to be in peril the whole time, and then all of a sudden isn't, which is different from a battle royale.
They're different, but I'm saying making a game out of hunting someone.
Yeah,
which
it's. I mean,
what
again,
other,
I think
what
that
other
premise.
Movies?
Well,
Squid Games is sort
no,
of
but the silliness.
I
think the silliness, the
Squid
tongue-in-cheek
Games is after.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, but the point he's making is that this is the play.
The tone is different. Yeah, the tone is different. 100%.
So,
but Battle Royale and Hunger Games are the two.
I don't think that makes it. I don't think that like puts it over the edge as something we've never seen before, just because it's like has like a funny.
Well, he's saying it's a new take on it.
I don't think it's a take on that. Those are two, by the way. Hunger Games and Battle Royale.
The Purge is essentially like a gimmicky.
Okay,
type
can we not do this?
The Purge is just about murder being. The Purge is about murder being legal. These are we are what would happen?
Okay, have you heard of The Most Dangerous Game, the book that came out in came out in like the 40s? It's literally about. I mean, it's like one of the
Running
oldest
Man
stories
that they just remade.
Yeah, it's one of the oldest stories. It's about hunting someone.
Right.
The most dangerous game, a person, a human being. It's literally in the title.
And Predator.
All three of those are contests. The three movies that I'm explaining are not contests, except for
games.
Like Ready or Not was the one that is a game that is forced upon them. Right. The other like situational, societal reactions. Hunger Games, Battle Royale, The Dangerous Game.
Hunger Games is forced upon them.
And Squid Games is forced upon them to.
I'm saying, but it's a reaction
to
a society that's been.
But I don't understand what you guys are arguing.
I'm not trying to. I didn't think it'd be an argument.
This has been done before a bunch, and that's why it's time to make a silly version of it. That's totally societally acceptable, and I think that's fun. And I didn't hate it, but my biggest problem with it is it wasn't. It just didn't hit for me.
Yeah,
I thought what I wrote down is literally, if you take out the gore, it feels like a Disney movie. Like it feels like a fucking Luigi's Mansion or something.
That's why it was
or Knives Out. It just
different
different,
fun.
fine, and I see why people liked it. But I guess I wish that it did it a little more, one or the other. It just played with it even more.
I think it did. So I promise this is the last thing I'll say. You're saying it's a silly version of that. What I'm saying is it's not a reaction to that. It's a reaction to like the horror version.
So Ready or Not 1 is not a reaction at all to Squid Games.
Squid Games came way after.
to Battle Royale, to Hunger Games. Not at all. No connection at all to those.
I don't. Well, I would not think so. I think it is.
That's such a weird blanket statement.
It could be. It was inspired and borrows, but it is a. That's why it sits in the genre of horror, right? It's playing with the tropes of, again, the final girl.
Yeah.
I don't think
we did Friday the 13th not long ago. It's definitely a play on
what
that.
What makes Hunger Games and Battle Royale and the those are like dystopian, like anarchist reactions that are about
yes.
what would happen if we
Well,
made
this
the
sort
most
of got
evil
into that
thing.
politics.
This is
and
like
this is about
what
ruling
this
them.
is a goofy premise where they just use that as the vessel to create the chase
I agree.
of the final girl who all of a sudden is not so helpless.
Right.
And she decides she's
Right, and
quirky and,
that's
badass, which is just like Your Next, which is the point I was trying to make at the very beginning of all this. Your Next, and also
The Hunt.
yeah, The Hunt is more like what you guys are saying, in my opinion. The Hunt is actually
Okay, I
falls
think we're
into...
drawing weird binaries here.
Well, you guys haven't seen the other two, which
I've
makes...
seen Your Next.
You've seen Your
Yeah,
Next?
yeah.
I love that movie.
It's all right. I just was
Fuck me
responding
next
to
to
you
your
you
dead
calling
mom.
this movie artistic. That's the only problem I had because to me it was slightly, not completely, derivative of other movies and other premises. That's all I was saying.
Sure, but it was at the beginning of this like art house, like the elevated horror that everybody made fun of. This is the same time as like A24 becoming relevant.
No, I love the idea of
this
making
was-
light of it.
These were
Honestly,
all-
this movie made me.
This is the rise of all those directors.
This movie made me, and to be fair, the first one's before it, so like I'm sure it had some influence. This movie made me like the monkey more, which we all really liked on the podcast, and then
Monkey
we all
might be number one.
we
I
all
actually
joke
was
about it
thinking
being
of-
like.
Monkey was great.
I was just thinking about how I love this movie, and it made me think about how you guys like that.
Yeah. Well, here's
And
the
it
big
makes
difference.
me like it even less.
Here's the big difference. The monkey, funny. This
Yeah,
one
yeah,
tried
yeah.
to be funny and just
100%.
ate so much
It-
shit
it-
about it.
it-
Part
it-
The
two
fat
was
guy,
not-
but the
was
fat guy in
terrible.
number one is supposed to be the comic
Yes.
relief. You were playing with a fun trope. I totally agree. A fun trope, a fun setup you have here in this house, and then they cut to the comic relief, and his jokes are so bad, like over and over again.
Yeah.
Dude.
And also, she delivers fucking
Dude,
like
she's
the
not
way
great.
she delivers it. I wish we could do like a super cut of all the time she says
How does she
fucking,
say
and the
it?
way she goes fucking, and it's
Yeah.
just like she says it so
Part
much.
two.
And it's
Part two
When my-
really bothered me.
When my mom watched our first podcast ever, she's just like, I think you guys are like curse too much, like for no real
my
reason.
parents
That's
said
what
that.
she does. She just they just wrote curses
mom?
in that movie. No, that's what
Oh.
my mom cusses for good reason.
Yeah.
No, in this movie, like
be cleaning up her
Weaver,
fucking clothes, dude.
she
is
she
so-
curses like
yeah, no, I agree. And also, the humor felt like Cool Beans humor, like from like I don't know,
Disney.
like early
No, it was
2000s.
Disney.
Yeah, Disney Channel movie where
It
it's
was
like
Disney Channel, like-
Yeah, this is normal type stuff.
check please.
Yeah, exactly. Check please. Yeah, I should have brought my running away from murderers shoes today. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was kind of
And
lame.
then it would cut to real. And then it would be like, oh, now she's hiding. Like, now let's be scared for a second. I just thought the tone was a little confused.
I don't think it was ever supposed to be scary, but I think this is
Was it supposed to be funny?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
I couldn't agree more about how flat most of the
Well, it
jokes
sounds like you're going to say like, flat.
Yeah.
fucking how flat most of the jokes fell in part 2.
I actually thought, and I actually thought the funniest thing of both of the movies was in part 2, but I still agree that that fell even flatter
But-
because it was a copycat movie too.
I actually like the last line of the first movie where she goes, "In-laws."
In-laws. No,
And
that
I
was-
was like, I like
that's
the end of
tone
the
I
movie.
wanted.
That was cool. That was
Yeah.
cool. I liked
and,
it.
And I thought that the fight in the number 2 with where they spray each other in the eyes
Eclipse
and then
of the
have
Heart?
a blind fight. Yeah, it's the total eclipse.
That
of
was
the Heart.
my-
I thought that was good. That was funny to me.
It was
People
pretty
were
funny,
like-
but I actually just liked it because of that song. I was like, this song is so good, dude. And it sounded really
It's
good in the
banger,
theater.
yeah.
So I'm wondering, because this is to your point, what you said, Brendan. You were like, it's all been done before, but I really don't think it was done before in 2019.
Yeah, we
with
just
the,
had this argument.
No,
we
but
already
now
said- I
I'm
just said it
wondering-
was derivative. I
but
didn't say it all been done
no,
before.
yeah, sure, like the
And it was.
but the
And
the
it is.
tongue, because I remember when I saw the first one, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, which
like,
one? So let's talk about it because the kid.
Part one,
yeah.
I was when I
But
saw
what
it
parts?
in 2019.
Do you remember any part?
Well, the fat guy, the
the
cocaine,
fat guy. What?
I thought he was funny.
No,
him,
you
him
didn't.
googling crossbow. So this is the thing is like
There was I
Okay.
cannot, chuckled a little
was
bit.
funny.
I
That was
cannot-
funny. You're
I was
right.
looking at
cannot-
YouTube videos, like, because that's what I would do.
I cannot stress it. Like that movie and Your Next are the two that I was like, I haven't seen something like this before, where they're taking Your Next is basically The Strangers with this tone, if that makes
Ooh,
sense.
The Strangers. Have you seen that
Haven't
movie?
seen
You
any
got to
of
cover
these.
that.
I don't
By the
care.
way, dude,
This
this
tone-
movie is so up your alley. It's disgusting. You
No, no.
love stuff. This movie was
And
right
you
in front
making
of you.
both of us
like-
watch
Yeah,
two
yeah,
of
yeah.
them was crazy.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was the most
I didn't
Dubs
know if
move.
part 2 was gonna be, but I thought you would like part 1. And
Yeah, part
after
1 was
seeing
okay.
part 2 in theaters, I was like, "Fuck, this episode's not gonna go."
Yeah, you blew it,
how I-
dude.
No, I'm glad
You blew it.
we
No,
finally
it's-
are doing one that's just like legitimately,
yeah.
unequivocally shitty, and I'm glad.
But I disagree. In the sense that I think one
Except for,
was
yeah, you
a
like it. You love
great
it.
movie when it came out, and I'm realizing if I had watched one today, everything that I liked about it has now been stolen by shittier movies.
So in the first one, the ones I wrote down that was fun is the maid got like Resident Evil'd, where like she's in the dumbwaiter
Yeah, yeah.
and it
Yeah.
shuts on her and the blood squirts out. That's fine.
Oh,
the,
also-
the nail through the hand was pretty good. Like,
what about the like other wife that just keeps accidentally killing people?
Yeah,
Just
that was
the
fun.
daughter.
That was fun. Yeah, the daughter. She's a drug
And
addict.
then there's
Yeah,
just
that
an
was
old
fine.
lady that is, because I don't really remember. Like the old lady is just, she's the one that is
The
determined
aunt,
to
the
be
aunt.
evil.
Yeah, the ant.
well, she
We
um,
figure
they-
out
Yeah, I
later.
thought the
Hi-
cocaine thing was funny, like the
They
drug
did
addict.
it so much.
Well, you find out the aunt, like her husband's killed. Like it starts out with that scene where her husband's killed in the same fashion. Like they play hide and seek. That's why she's like forever scorned and just like
Right,
pissed
right.
and shit.
Also, and I will give it another prop. I wrote in the first one, I was like, this is like, fuck. This is to your point a little bit. I still don't think I'd love it in 2019, but I was like, oh, this is like derivative also like The Menu, but it's actually before it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
it's
all
like-
of those
yeah,
movies
yeah.
are like,
'Cause it is
we
playing-
can make these cheeky. I'm telling you,
It's like
these,
cheeky meets like Illuminati. Obviously, one battle after another. They have like the Saint Nick, the group of Saint Nick, like they're the Illuminati type of shit.
So there was like two things that happened in this resurgence of horror during the A24 neon era where that ballooned and everything blew up. Elevated horror was one of two things. You had your Hereditary, It Follows, Babadook, these movies that were fucking, all of a sudden people were like, let's be really intelligent and
And
terrifying.
scary, yeah, right,
And
right.
the other camp is like these, it's like this, You're Next, The Guest,
Right.
like this.
like social commentary, like
Yeah.
where the. Well, hold on. I knew there was a
but
movie.
It was with the
Yeah.
sense of humor, playing with tropes.
Right,
Yeah,
funny.
yeah,
It was,
yeah.
yeah.
Genre.
But I was talking more about like the premise. Like anyway, I knew there was a movie out there, Surviving the Game. This movie, 1994. A man is hired as a guide, only to discover he is the prey for a group of wealthy hunters.
So you knew there was one out there.
Well, no, that's
You've
based
seen
on
it?
The Dangerous Game. That's what the book's
Oh,
about.
I see what you're saying.
But there's which they also made a movie about. But let's get down to brass tacks, dude. I wouldn't foist this movie upon my worst enemy. I would
already-
literally like.
such an extreme.
This
I really think if I rewatched
I
one,
was
I
looking
would
at my
still
phone. I'm like,
enjoy
oh
it.
my god, there's another 25 minutes left. This movie.
Well, that's
Are you
how I felt about part
fucking
2.
Joking. That's what I mean. Oh yeah, no. First one. Listen, first one. It was. I enjoyed myself. I
Also,
enjoyed
the
myself.
first one did have a like. I was just thinking about how the last couple of movies we watched, there was like nothing to talk about. Like, Talk to Me. We're digging deep into like
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
abuse, like substance abuse, and like I was like, it's been a while since we had a really
while.
good layered
Since I
thematic.
could
But
watch
part
a-
one did actually have things to say about like marrying
hey, we're
into wealth. Is it your choice? Is it something you feel guilty about?
It had the hide and go seek song, which is a banger.
But do you feel, if you're a good person and you marry into wealth because you actually love somebody, do you inherently feel guilty about that? Which is sort of something that is carried along. Like, I don't, there's the
I thought there was
dynamic-
some interesting things, but I didn't
Well,
feel
the-
that because I thought they didn't talk about that until she's getting like she doesn't seem like
Well,
she feels
no,
guilt.
she doesn't feel guilty, but I think that it's like an allegory for being literally attacked for. Are you just here for the money? Like,
Right? Yeah.
that's
yeah.
the, and then you have the contrast to one of the other wives that's like, I could never live without this money. It's the only thing I care
Yeah.
about.
Right.
Yeah, it's the Epstein globalist
and
cabal
part
A lot of
family.
Epstein
yeah,
shit in
yeah.
there.
It's
Part
the,
two is
And
like,
to be fair, again, number one, if that's so early that you're right. Is it before the first Knives Out?
This is pre-Steam,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, same year.
oh,
Yeah, Knives Out
I said yes,
was
for sure.
similar. It was very similar.
I also thought
Tonally.
this is just a side note, but I thought it was so funny in the first one, especially when they announced the concept. It's like you just gotta hide in this house and see if we can make it. How funny is it? Like all of our 1-bedroom apartments. Like you play this game, you're like, all right, go. Okay, she's dead. That's
Do you guys ever play that game in your head? Like before I saw this movie, I would always think if there was like invaders that came to my apartment with like machine guns, where I would hide.
Do
you ever think of that?
Under your carpet?
I would hide.
There's an attic that there's a door to an attic
Listeners,
that you.
now you know.
I mean, there's in the refrigerator.
I would hide the muzzle of the machine gun in my mouth and say, "Just get this over with."
True. Pull the trigger.
Say peace out. I thought okay, so then the first one also did one very cool thing, which was
Ended?
them. No, you just said you didn't dislike it. Them exploding. That was fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
you're like,
that
is
was awesome.
this myth?
That was is the
Yeah,
myth
I like
real?
that, I like that.
And the pause.
Yeah.
And so first of all, I thought that was cool. I'm giving it its flowers. It's bloody flowers.
I
Second of
forgot
all,
about not. You were wondering, right? Like
What?
the whole time. I haven't
yes,
watched
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You are
You're
like
is it,
unsure.
well,
yeah.
no, not even. And they start leaning towards this idea of like, no, they're all making this up. We don't
Yeah.
have any proof that any of it's
Yeah.
real.
Doesn't the fat guy Google? Can
right?
you be?
Can you be cursed or whatever? So, it also I noticed that it credits Cronenberg. So
that's part
yeah,
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
And
what's that?
so he's the dad at the very first scene.
That dies?
That's David Cronenberg.
does the
director.
ceasefire.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is the-
so they were paying homage to him, or they put him in it. Yeah.
He is the guy who.
I literally
owned
was like,
the-
what old people were in it?
wow,
And I was
okay.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
is that him?
Interesting. Okay, cool.
So he must have enjoyed the first one, clearly.
Or the director loves him and asks
I'm
for.
sure the
yeah.
director, the explosion, because that's the most Scanners explosion ever, and they do it in all of the characters explode. So that was awesome. Then I'll just say for the second one, bad. We all agreed it was bad. The few shining things through, Elijah Wood was funny. I did like him.
I loved him.
I thought he was really good. I was like, I want to spin off of just that guy. That's fun. And then I thought that for a second, I was like, fuck yeah, they get it now. I thought they were going to play with the guy wearing the mask was stupid. That was bad. But I thought, the Indian guy. But I thought, oh, now we're doing this cool play where it is the Freddy. Like, we're going to have 8 different really weird characters all doing. So now it's like even more in the trope. Like, we do a Krueger, we do a Jason, but then they just didn't pull any of it off. And then they had the wedding for like 30 fucking minutes. That was insanely brutal long. But
It was just to build up for that thing that they thought would
it
be
was
more
cool,
satisfying.
and it wasn't. And then they're all jumping on it.
It's
and
the
like
most
trying to prove a
dialed-in
point.
sequel that I've seen in a long time. In the
Dialed
sense,
in, you mean like
Phoned in?
phoned in? Yeah, dialed in sounds good.
Yeah. Dialed-ins would be too.
Bro, that shit sucked. It was so dialed
that
in.
shit was dial-up.
There's another way to
Dial
say
up.
that. Dialed in. Yo, they were dialed in following the exact same. It just, it didn't. They were like, if we're going to make it bigger, we're going to expand the lore. So
Right.
all they did was add more.
Blood.
It's a global thing
And
for
I
the
just
lore.
hate
But
it. It's
they,
like,
the first one I thought really did do
there are
things
so many like
that were
out of
new, and this was the most unnew thing.
Yeah. There's so many like out of work or underemployed, like funny ass people, comedians all over. Hire one of them to write. They had characters that could have been fun. You have the Spanish family. That guy can't shoot. You have like the Indian brothers. Like the one was a little bit fun, but it's just like
One
make
of them
them
was a
funny.
little
Just
funny.
make them funny.
Yeah,
It's
The
not that
little
hard.
when the little kid came out with the dual pistols, I was like, all
Right,
that's-
but also every line before that they had him say was supposed to be funny, and it wasn't. Like,
Yeah,
they
and
just,
also like the fact that this whole the whole through line of the sisters like trying to reconcile this crazy thing, like the moments they choose to
Dude.
talk about
The first-
their
was
relationship
crazy.
and their history. They're like in the casino after just
Yeah.
like inserting a samurai sword through a guy's head or whatever, and they're like, all right, we really got to hash this out.
Yeah.
Why
Also,
did you
it's-
leave me? It's like
everything they tell you about Samara Weaving's character would lead you to not believe that she would ever abandon a
Right,
sister.
yeah,
if
it
she-
doesn't really make sense.
Nothing is.
she's like, I tried to call you. You're in Connecticut. Take a fucking bus. What the hell?
It does really feel like now that you mentioned like
Yeah,
this
they
patchwork.
shoehorn.
so unnecessary.
Also, the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, the
that-
ex-wife
What?
is like that was so
Where
crazy.
did and we just
Ex-fiancé,
need
yeah.
one evil
we
woman
need someone to
versus
shoot a bazooka in this
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah,
backwards. That
backwards.
was sort of funny.
Yeah.
I
The-
did like the guy who got melted by the washing machine.
no,
or
that was
whatever.
sort of cool.
Damn, 2 was kind of shit. It pissed me off.
It was
'cause
destined
The
to
conversation
be
you're
worse.
talking about too, when they first had it, I'm like, oh no. Then they did it, and I was like, okay, at least they did it. Now it's done. And then they do the same fucking conversation again in
I know.
like 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, you think it's resolved, and then, yeah, it's just, dude, it was really bad. Anyway, a little quick fletch fact. This movie used 325 gallons of blood. And in that final scene where it all shoots out of the well, the sacrificial well of body stuff, that was like real. That wasn't CGI. That was real.
Real blood?
Yeah, real blood.
Oh, was it from the people that had to watch the fucking
It was,
test viewing?
Yeah, it was from their eyes. No, obviously not real blood, but you know.
That's a lot of gallons.
Yeah,
I
maybe
believe.
maybe like animal blood. I don't know. Sometimes movies will use that.
Okay, well, I don't have much else to talk about.
Oh, I thought there was going to be
Some
more
quick
about the-
fletch facts. I'm just gonna rail. Just gonna
rail these
rail
fletch
these,
facts.
rail these fletch facts so freaking hard. Catherine Newton, the sister, was a big Buffy the Vampire fan. Sarah Michelle Gellar, she's wearing the clothes she's wearing.
Dude, whoa!
Yeah, I know. I can't
Where'd
believe,
you read that?
I can't believe I'm bringing
Wow.
this up. It's based off of Sarah Michelle Gellar, is what she wears in Welcome to Hellmouth, 1997.
Okay.
As they were like choosing the weapons for this movie, they were going through like what Sarah Michelle Gellar should carry, what like wield in the movie, and every weapon they went through, she was like, "Oh, I used that in Buffy." And like, what about the rocket launcher? And she's like, "Yeah, actually, there's an episode where I used a rocket
Wow.
launcher." But yeah, like the callback of using the metal stake.
We might need to cover
for the
Buffy one day. I've
nod
never
to
seen Buffy.
there was a proposal at one point.
I've heard I hear amazing things. But anyway, do you remember the horn,
Before
Italian horn, the
Jaws.
red Italian horn? She has a necklace, Faith, and then Grace has like the tattoo of it.
No.
Grace and Faith.
Yeah, which is like an Italian symbol, but they're Irish Catholic. That also didn't make any sense.
Wait, they're Irish.
Yeah.
They make a joke about
They
that.
make a
in the
joke about
movie.
it.
Oh,
And they're-
totally
yeah.
one of the ones that I assumed was not.
But
good.
anyway, yeah, it just felt like this movie.
Any
there was
other
li-
fletch
shouldn't have
facts?
been made, but yeah. And the
Also,
one-
they didn't talk about why one of the. They were like, "Oh, you can only have weapons up until the point when you like made the pact with the devil," and then just like the Spanish family has guns, and they don't talk about it at all. Like I thought they'd at least have one line or something. Okay,
yeah, no,
I think
totally.
it's
That's
Time for the
fine.
next segment.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I said that we should talk about is Samara Weaving as the resurgence of the Scream Queen. It's like her and there's somebody, Micah Monroe, who is like the other more famous, more talented actress that is doing almost exclusively horror these days. But Samara Weaving was the Babysitter, which also got in a sequel that nobody asked for, but they
She's in that too.
No.
But she's in the first one.
Yeah. That was her first movie. Then I believe this Azrael. I just had it open. But the one that's coming out is with her and Jason Segel.
Oh yeah, I do keep seeing the preview for that. That's
yeah,
hard.
That's her. Well, yeah, sort of. It's like in the sense that it's.
She's in
horror's-
Marty Supreme, right? Azrael, that her, or am I thinking someone else?
No, you're thinking of someone else.
Damn, I just.
I will say the beginning of the second one, the movie, I really like the Amy Winehouse cover and like the way they seamlessly kind of like, it looked like, because they took the frame from the ending of the first
Yeah,
movie
right.
and into the second movie,
Right,
and
yeah.
I kind of like that opening sequence.
Same.
But again, maybe it's just because I like the song a lot.
Yeah.
Mayhem was the other one. So Mayhem was with her and Stephen Yeun. That's a lot like Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's about like a corporate office that gets shut down, and they have to defend themselves from.
Okay.
And anyway, and
real estate agents?
She was.
Finally, we get
So-
to kill real estate agents.
So Scream, the franchise, often features a cameo as the first person that dies in the movie, like Drew Barrymore or who's the girl from True Blood, whatever. But she was the first girl in Part 6. Now, Ready or Not, and what is this called? The new one that's coming out.
Okay, we're gonna weave myself to fucking sleep. What are we
Yeah.
talking about? You're just half naming movies that she's in.
If there's ever a
No,
movie
but
with
I
a Part
mean,
6,
she
She's a
has
new Scream
only
queen.
done horror. That's it.
yeah. She's the new Scream Queen, and I think that's really all you need to say. That's all you need to say about it. And
Okay, what's the
Listen,
next
we covered-
segment?
we covered-
Next segment.
yeah, please.
All right. So now we can finally discuss the various scores of the movies. Our own, but before the critics, the audience, and before that, Medicare at best.
Oh, yeah, Medicare at best. Wait, all right. First thing I want to say
Can I
before any of this,
reintro-
this was very fun for me. Astoria Kaufman Theaters. I saw it, right? On the way walk out, these two girls are behind me, and they gave their ratings. I didn't know. They didn't ask them, but it was fun to hear it
You
in the wild.
overheard it?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
what
she
did they
just goes,
give?
they are walking downstairs. She goes, "What'd you think?" And the girl goes, 5 out of 10. And then the woman behind her goes, "Okay, I give it a 7 out of 10." I just thought that was interesting. I won't comment on how I feel that connects to ours.
Did you ask them what
but
their previous ratings
I
were?
honestly really should have. I was too stoned,
Was the-
and
yeah.
I really should have asked them what they thought of the first one.
True.
They clearly loved the
Oh,
first
no,
one.
no. I meant what their previous ratings.
Oh, should I ask
yeah.
about the Liechtenstein
No,
scale?
well, it's like, well, if this is a 5
Yeah.
and the other.
I should have screamed at them.
Was the woman who gave it a 7 out of 10 wearing thick glasses and carrying a cane?
Wait, I don't get it.
And you're having a German Shepherd sniff corners of walls so she didn't bump into him?
Oh, because it's a.
Because she's blind. I should have just said blind.
I thought it was a bedbug sniffing dog for a second. Okay, so Medicare
Yeah,
at
before-
best is. Go ahead.
Before we dive into the critics, the audience, and then our own scores, we like to share the funniest audience scores that we've heard. Fucking, you do it. What is it?
Okay, so now before we get into our scores, we're gonna do Okay, so now before
It's
we get
harder
shut
than
up. Okay, so now before we get into the Rotten Tomatoes scores and then me and Brendan's and Will's scores, we're gonna go to our Medicare at Best segment, which is us reading just straight up dummies, and that comes from one time that someone wanted to leave a bad review and they clearly wanted to say mediocre, but instead they just left a 1-star review that said Medicare at Best. So that's the name of our segment. You get it now. That's exposition. Here we go. So I looked through, and these were my 2 favorite reviews I read. The first one says, "Is better not." Sorry. The first one.
Better not. You're right.
The first one, written by King V, says, "Is better off not creating. Period. Hated the storyline. Period. Where survival was supposed to be important. We arguing about who left who. Period. Just my opinion."
Is that the first or second one? Do you remember?
What?
Second one.
Like, was that left?
Oh,
on-
this is the second
Definitely
one. This
the
is
second one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 100% agree with
But
that.
I love just the
100%
sentence.
agree.
Yeah, I
100%
mean,
agree.
all valid points.
Yeah, I mean,
But I just also love the short sentences and then ending a review with just my opinion. Like, yeah, bro, that's sort of the whole point of this. And then this is my favorite. This is by Willie M. "It is devil worship movie, but besides that unpleasant message, it's about a 3.25 star movie."
What?
yo, he tried to shoehorn in a new.
Yeah. So he's
Like,
trying to
let me
point out
give
that he
a-
doesn't like devils.
It's about 3.2.
Let me
what?
give a
to
quarter of a
3.25 star.
Because
So
you can only
let me-
give half stars.
It's about
Yeah,
pie.
let
It's
me
about
read this
pie.
again. It is devil worship movie, but besides that unpleasant message, it's about a 3.25 star movie. Now, here's the fucking catch of that all. So you can't do 2.5s, right? So what's his score got to be 3? No, his score is half a star. He literally left half a star rating while saying it's a 3.25 star movie. We
Do
gotta
you
get this
round
guy.
up or
Dubs,
down
Dubs
there,
would have
though?
shot his in.
Oh,
in
no,
that.
Would
I-
have harpooned him.
Or I would. I don't know. Who cares more about the
I
rating?
think
Okay.
that they,
All right, let's move on down to what we think is the Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, so
and that's
this-
called what?
Rotten Tomatoes, where we guess the Rotten Tomatoes scores, critic, audience, and this being a little dyad
What's that mean?
episode 2.
I thought it was trilogy -1.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense used that way, but I wanted to
Oh.
get you to ask me a question. We're gonna do part 1, part 2, audience, critic. Do you guys want to do 1, 2 critic, or do you want to do 1 critic audience, 2 critic audience?
Let's do 2. Wait, let's switch it up. Also, real quick,
Wait,
let's
wait,
hear
wait.
that song, Brendan, real quick.
Pop it.
You are about to find out if we really know what we're talking about. Are we frauds or are we connoisseurs? Here come our Rotten Tomato scores.
So we're going to start off with giving our prediction or our estimation of the critic score for Ready or Not, the first iteration of these shitty-ass movies. So my guess for the critic score of the first movie is as follows. And that's actually
follows.
It's actually really easy because I already think I know the answer. I did not see any numbers online.
We know it's good.
Do you think so?
Yeah, Dubs made us watch it.
I think it's probably like right in the middle. I'm going to say 79.
Okay, so this is critic for Ready or Not 1.
1, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go critic for Ready or Not 1. I'm going to go 84.
Do part 2, critic.
Part 2, I'm going to say 38.
No, but the thing is, Will wouldn't. He saw it before we watched it. You did, right?
The score?
Yeah.
I honestly.
He did. He always does.
There's no way he would make us watch it.
All right.
Yeah, it's not going to be
It's not gonna be
38.
30.
All right, so
You clearly don't know how to
63.
critique a movie,
Okay.
dude.
63.
I'm going to say, I think it's going to be high because I think
63 is high.
Dum-Dums. I'm going to say 69. Nice.
Wait, this is critic score for the second movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's a 69?
Yeah,
so
it's
similar.
only 6 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abby, so it's 89 for part 1.
I was right. Perfectly right.
You said
No,
79.
you said Abby was closer.
Plus 10.
And 73 for part 2, which
Wow.
Abby was also.
That's so high for part 2.
No, I don't
And
understand.
to be fair to you, I get why you wanted us to see it because you knew that the first one was good, and then you were like, "Oh, the second one must be pretty good."
I don't often disagree with the critics about what I think would be a well thought out. By the way, Undertone dramatically dropped.
What
which
was
is
it before?
more what we
What we
all
thought?
kind of thought.
So we're
Yeah.
ahead of the curve,
Yeah,
listeners.
yeah. The thing is, there are enough reviews for this. I don't.
Christ.
I don't understand. I mean, it's the most play it safe sequel ever, but
but that should hurt it so
Yeah,
much. A good
yeah,
critic.
Everything that made to me part 1 special is novelty, and you guys didn't get to experience any of the novelties. So that was one thing that I loved about it, was that was kind of toying with this. And so if that doesn't exist anymore, there's nothing redeeming about the writing or yeah, I don't.
Once
get it.
again, we're ahead of the curve. We're better than the critics. We're the top fucking
Mark-
podcast with 100
So I was
listeners.
10 off on each of them.
Wow.
God, I'm the Simon Cowell of this podcast. It's actually crazy.
You are the Simon
Okay,
Cowell of this
audience
podcast.
scores.
All right, audience scores. So obviously they fucking ate this up, the first one. I've been convinced that it's better than I actually felt about it. But no, it was fun, the first one. They ate it
I
up
really
like
think that
little
it-
fucking pudding
They
on
ate
little fucking chubby
Queen.
boys. I'm going to say that, so the critic was an 89.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the audience is an 82 because I think that it was probably higher and then maybe went down a little bit because audience be fucking polarized.
I don't know, because audience sometimes will like really like a movie that's critically,
True. We're talking about the first one.
shitty. Yeah. But this one, the critic score is way higher, so now all of my calibrations are out of whack. Which is why I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add 10 to what I thought it was gonna be.
Subtract 3.
First movie,
First movie.
audience score 79, the same as my critic score that I gave.
For the second movie, I'm going to give the audience... Ooh, are they more critical? So the critic was 69?
Oh, this is...
I'm going to give the audience... I'm going to say the audience gave it a 59.
I'm gonna say the audience because there were a
Were
lot
they loving it in the
there were
theater?
a couple brain dead idiots and, like laughing at some stupid fucking shit in this movie.
I also had a crowd that
Yeah.
thought that fucking blonde pepper spray fight was like the funniest
I
thing.
did think it was funny, though.
I was like, this is so contrived and just.
I liked it.
So I think it's in the 70s. I'm gonna give it a audience score 71.
For part 2.
Yeah.
Part 1 79, part 2 72.
Part 1, 79.
Nailed it on the
You
nose?
had 82, though, which I do think,
You nailed it, though, on the nose. That's crazy.
well, on one nose.
Yes.
Off.
All right.
Part 2, 90. Make it make sense.
What?
Oh my god.
That's just
What?
no, but I'm telling you, this is like the Melania movie.
Donald Trump
It's
is
so-
the president, dude. He was
It's
elected.
so dumb.
No,
this
I
is
think
why
we should change. Hey,
Medicare.
listeners, actually, we loved part 2. We think it's one of the best movies ever. You should like and
But
subscribe.
this is one of the most
We like what you like.
perplexing splits that I've seen, and
So
also
the
the
audience
most.
thought this one was better than the first one.
Yeah,
Straight
it doesn't.
up.
And literally, we explained that this only exists because of the success it had, especially after the rollout.
What?
cult following. People were like, "This is."
They love a good system
I
movie,
just
dude.
I don't understand the critics giving it like 73 could also be 75% of 5.1s. Like the most. But I don't understand the audience. It's probably a bunch of. If you like the first one, you'll like the. I don't know.
But
I don't
again,
get it.
that person doesn't make sense because that person wouldn't like it more. They would just like it the same.
No,
the fact
but
that means
90% of the audience
Right.
ratings are above positive.
Right, but who watched the first one? How is the first one lower? That's
Well,
crazy.
because probably when it came out, people were like, "This is
Oh,
crazy
and those
devil
people didn't-
worship."
And these people didn't even see the second one, maybe.
Yeah, and part 2, it's just very playing it safe. It was the safest. Anyway, what are your scores? Because
Do you need a pee before we do it?
no, we're close.
Okay.
Yeah. My score is as follows.
It follows.
I'm gonna give we're doing for both movies, right?
Yeah.
First movie, I'm gonna give it a 6.1. Second movie,
Oh, that's low.
4.9.
Wow.
I gave the first one 8.5 and the second one 5.5. And again, I really do think it's circumstantial.
Circumcision.
That's 8.5 and 5.5 Samara Weavings.
Oh, what's yours?
Poopies.
Poopies.
No, sorry. Just edit that out. That's stupid. 5.1 on the first movie, little boxes, a little deck of cards, and then second movie, 4 point, whatever I said, wedding cakes.
Okay, so my score for the movie is I think you guys were really I feel like you liked the first one a little bit, and then you give it a 6.1. That's really low. But fair. I'm going to give the first one a 6.9, and I'm going to give the second one a 6.0, and I'm going to give both of those just pure little washing machines. Okay, bye.
Let's see if I get it.
2 men and a baby. Oh yeah.